Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about the future of work. The future, as you know, will not be the same as the past. Neither will it be same as the present. When I was growing up, when I was, the peak of my career, the only communication that we had was a wireless file and a telex. And one fine day, something like the fax machine was introduced, and we thought that was a great revolution. Today, many of you have not even heard of a fax machine. Nobody uses a fax machine. Today, you are in the age of technology. The world has changed, and it will continue to change. The change has been there since the beginning of the century very rapidly. However, since the advent of COVID that we had, the change has gone up by hundreds or thousands of times. It's multiplied all along, and people have discovered new things. Artificial intelligence being born, and it dominates the world today. So let's see what the world is like and what the world is likely to be in future. I myself, a few years ago, attended a program, a 6 week program of the World Bank, which was called The Future of Work Preparing for Disruption. Well, the disruption at that particular time was not as much as is going to be here now and going to be here in the future. So let's look at what the world is like. Let's see how we can move. As two organizations that I studied deeply, World Economic Forum and McKinsey, I found out that they have done a lot of work on the future of work, how we have to prepare ourselves for the future of work. And according to them, the world of work is changing rapidly as a result of the new technology, such as the artificial intelligence and the emergence of new forms of work, as well as demographic change, globalization, all these things are there. In these circumstances, globally, there's an urgent need for policies that allow countries, organizations, individuals to benefit from these changes. While all there is certain amount of risk that is there, however, but at the same time, people keep thinking that with the advent of the artificial intelligence and so on, the human thing will disappear completely. Let me share this with you. About 20 years ago, I was attending a Tom Peters program in which he said, everyone in this room, including myself, in future will be replaced by a 399 Microsoft computer or something, a chip or something. However, we're still around. Tom Peters is still around. Everybody's still around. Because you need to understand that although the future may look like it's full of robots and an artificial intelligence, it really is not. The reality is that the most successful businesses, non-profit governments will be led by highly skilled individuals who can understand and accommodate the demands of an increasingly connected and informed and fast-moving world. West developed world will not be the same as the developing countries. Neither will it be the same as the underdeveloped countries. However, there is this projection that's given in by World Economic Forum. It's about the jobs that are going to be growing very fast. Big data specialists, fintech things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, security management, data warehouses, autonomous and electric vehicle specialty. All these things are there, as you can see over the screen. However, please try to understand that everything that's given over here does not apply to every organization or country in the world. Then there is obviously another scenario, which is the top declining jobs. Postal service clerks may not may not be needed. In a country, we possibly still continue to need them. Bank tellers and related clerks jobs may disappear, but in our country, I'm sure they'll be there for a long time. Material data entry clerks is a job that's going to be disappearing. Stock keeping clerks will jobs will disappear. Cashier and ticket collectors will disappear. Door-to-door sales workers will disappear. Administrative assistant, executive secretary, that I've seen in my own experience. Computers have replaced the executive secretary, and the AI has replaced them. Then the graphic designers who were in big demand are going to be replaced because your chat GPT or any of those data bots that you have can do the job for you. Printing related trade worker, legal official, accounting, bookkeeping, all these things are there. Once again, it's a good work that's been done by the World Economic Forum. However, please try to understand that there are going to be different situations for different countries. There is a white paper that's been published by the World Economic Forum on the future of work and the new economy. According to them, artificial intelligence will displace 92 million jobs globally by 2030. But at the same time, creating 170 million new jobs, which means there is going to be an addition of 78 million new jobs. However, these jobs will not be the same or in the same kind of a working as the old jobs were. Reskilling would be needed. People will have to be retrained. People have to work. Demand for artificial intelligence literacy, according to them, has surged by 70% between 24 and 25. Now let's come over to the four scenarios that the World Economic Forum in their white paper have developed. First is the scenario of a supercharged progress. Exponential artificial intelligence breakthrough, industries, businesses, models, and workflows that goes on. Well, there are certain European countries, the United States of America, there's China, productivity soars, innovation flourishes. Widespread artificial intelligence readiness allows people to harness the genetic leap, accept artificial intelligence centric economies, and many jobs have to be disappeared. But new occupations emerge and they scale fast. Anyhow, social safety nets and all that will grow. Then comes in the second scenario, which is the age of displacement. Exponential artificial intelligence advances outpaces the capacity of the workforce to adapt. Now think of it. The advancement in the artificial intelligence will outpace the capacity of workforce to adapt. Unless and until they adapt, they will not be able to survive. Business race to automate as a stopgap, displacing workers faster than education. Reskilling systems can respond. Agentic artificial intelligence takes over key processes, creating a productivity upsurge. There's also new risks. Economies race ahead, technology but fractures socially, unemployment spikes. There will be unemployment because many of the people will not be able to adapt to the new changing system. The consumer confidence will erode in certain time. The governments in many of the countries will face mounting social risks and instability. Then comes in the third scenario, which is the co-pilot economy. The gradual AI progress and the availability of artificial intelligence shifts the focus towards augmentation rather than the mass automation. See the difference? Focus toward mass augmentation rather than the mass automation. The artificial intelligence of hype of the 2020 given way to a pragmatic integration. Most industries see incremental transformation as human. Artificial intelligence teams reshape value chains. Countries and businesses invested early in the training, mobility, digital infrastructure, and AI governance. They have created conditions to absorb and advance in the end of it. The importance is there on training, mobility, and working on the developing infrastructure. Then comes in the scenario four, which is the stalled progress. Study artificial intelligence. Progress meets a workforce lacking critical skills. Think of it. That's where we stand today. That's where we stand today. Productivity growth here in our country is patchy, and the businesses lean on automation to backfill the scarce talent. Gains concentrate within businesses and geographies with AI expertise, while other faces erode competitiveness. We're not competitive in the world. We were used to be behind the rest of the world 10 or 15 years. That's the thing that you do. Today, we are even moving backward. We are behind even where we were 5 or 10 years ago. So it's not only a stalled progress, it is basically a regression that we are going through. Displacement hits primarily routine roles, while the value of skilled trades and manual occupations increases. The hope of artificial intelligence enabled prosperity fades away into frustration, fades away into frustration as adoption gap fuels inequality, create a bifurcated economy and the limited growth. Now, all I have to say is that it's not a very happy state of affairs for us. However, I've given you a picture of what the world would be like. Either we need to move into another scenario or remain in the stalled progress while the world progresses and we stay behind. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. I hope to see you later sometime, but right now